Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Goose here, man, and got a video for you. And it's to me the last Saints post game video until next season, as the Saints beat the Falcons 30-20, but their playoff hopes faded away with the Rams and 49ers game. But we'll go over this game here. As the Saints came out on fire. They led 24-6 at halftime, and they just coasted. They coasted to the victory as they beat the Atlanta Falcons, and they get the series split as they beat us at home and we beat them at home. So, yeah, the game that we lost to them earlier in the season did prove costly because if the Saints would have won that game, we'd have been in the playoffs, or if they had beaten the Giants, they'd have been in the playoffs. So the Saints can only blame themselves for not being in the playoffs this season because there's some games that they should have won, or I should say they've had some chances to win, had a chance to win during that 5-game losing stretch around mid-season. So if they'd have won some of those games, Saints would have been in the playoffs, but they're not in the playoffs. So Saints win 30-20 as Trevor Siemian had to come in as Taysom Hill got hurt. So Siemian threw 2 touchdown passes and one right before half. The one right before half really, I thought, put the game out of reach. It was 24-6 at that point at halftime, and then the way the Saints defense was playing, it was going to be tough for Atlanta to come back. Yes, we got to Matt Ryan several times tonight, or yesterday. We got to Matt Ryan several times yesterday. That's one thing that we didn't do in the first game, is we didn't get to Matt Ryan at all, really. So it was actually good to see that the Saints actually got to pressure on Matt Ryan, and yeah, Paulson Adebo had a nice interception, nice one-handed interception. I believe that led to a field goal. And then that fumble that led to a touchdown right before halftime. So the Saints did what they had to do to get the victory, but it just wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. They finished 9-8 on the season, and a lot of changes for the Saints this offseason. Who's gonna be the quarterback next year? What's gonna happen with Michael Thomas? Where we're gonna go in the draft? That's all questions that are gonna need to be answered at some point in the offseason. But that's gonna be in a few months when the draft happens. So curious to see where the Saints go in the offseason. We do need receiver help, and we're all going to have to address the quarterback position going forward because I don't think Taysom Hill is the answer, and of course Trevor Siemian not the answer, and I'm not really sure what Jameis Winston, what his plans are in the future, because he's going to come off that knee injury, and I just don't know what the Saints are going to do with him. So kind of sucks that we didn't see Jameis Winston for the whole season. And then we could have had a more sample size to know if we wanted to move forward with him at quarterback. So it's gonna be very, very interesting to see what happens with the Saints going forward. So, but they did get the victory, 30-20 over Atlanta. It's always good to beat Atlanta, even though if it's a series split, it's always good to beat Atlanta. But 9-8, 9-8 didn't get done. Before the season started, I said 10-7 or 9-8. That's what I predicted to be the record for the Saints, and they finished 9-8. So I was right on track on that. So one of the very few times that I'm right on things, especially in picking and betting. But so hey, it is what it is. The season is over. The season is over for the Saints. As first time since 2016 was the last time they missed the playoffs. It was 2016. They had missed the playoffs, and they had 3 straight years in 2014, 2015, and 2016. They were finished 7-9 all 3 of those years, and then they made the playoffs his last 4 seasons. But this season, it's not going to go Saints' way for the playoffs. But hey, that's the way the ball bounces. We'll see what happens next year for the Saints. Like I said, a lot of changes are going to need to be made for the Saints. Going to have to get some receivers. Going to have to address the quarterback position. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys tonight for the Alabama-Georgia game. And I'll see you guys tonight. Have a good one.